Okay, so in this lesson, we're simplifying radical expressions. The way the textbook does it is a little bit different from the way I always do it. For those of you that had me in years past, I always use the ladder method. That's what I'm going to continue to do. Today's lesson should be really simple. All it is breaking down numbers using only primes. That's the biggest mistake students make, though, is sometimes they forget that they're only allowed to use primes on the outside. So this first one, when I go to break it down using the ladder method, here's what it's going to look like. We're going to take 32, and we're going to put it outside, and we're going to break it down using primes. I would always start with 2. When I divide by 2, what do I get? 16. Divide by 2 again, we get what? 2 again. 2 again. Okay, we go until we get 1 on the bottom. What gets to come outside the radical symbol?
2, 4.
Pairs. Pairs get to come out. So I have a couple pairs of 2, right? So I have a pair of 2s here, 1 pair of 2s, 2 pair of 2s. What stays underneath? 2 2s get to come out, 1 2 stays underneath. So our answer will be 4 square root 2. The rule is the same with variables. So when you get to 9, or the square root of 9x to the 3rd power, you take out pairs of x's, so you'll get to take out 1x. 1x will stay underneath. Try those next 3, and then we'll go on together. We're going to use the ladder method. We break 24 down. We use primes. We're going to divide by 2, we get 12. We're going to divide by 2 and get 6. We're going to divide by 2 and get 3. Okay, I understand that the dividing part is easy. Here's the part that's also very easy. The only thing that gets to come outside of the radical symbol are pairs. There is 1 pair of 2s. That gets to come out. Okay, what stays underneath the radical symbol? The 2 and the 3. They're hooked by multiple. No, you have a 6 on the outside. Okay, so 2 square root 6 is our answer. Now, let's look at letter C with that same idea in our head with the x's. Right here, I have 3 2s. For letter C, I have 3 x's. So how many x's will get to come out? A pair will come out. A pair will come out, and it will become 1. It'll become 1x. We all know what the square root of 9 is, right?
3.
We have 3 that gets to come out, and 1 of the x's gets to come out. What has to stay underneath? Another x. Again, if you want to look at it this way, we divide by x, we have x squared. We divide by x, we have x. We divide by x, we have 1. There's a pair of x's that gets to come out. There's 1x left underneath. It's just like that. Try letter D. Okay, last one. The square root of 25 we know is what? 5. How many x's do I have? 2. So a pair gets to come out, and it makes only 1x. That's it. There's nothing left under the radical symbol. It's not going to be a decimal. Okay, on these, whatever's underneath the radical symbol, if everything's underneath, you can multiply it together. The radical symbol is this thing. Okay, all right. Well, you should know what that is by this point. All right.
Well, now I know.
Good. Okay. So now, if it's underneath, you can multiply it with other stuff that's underneath. Since both of these 6's are underneath, here's what we have. What's the square root of 36?
6.
Done.
That was
Amazing.
Amazing.
Wait, show us B2.
Okay, I'm going to show you B2. Here's B.
Wow.
What do I get to multiply together on B?
No idea.
3 and 4.
Can I multiply the 3 and the 4?
No.
No. The 4 is outside, the 4 is outside. So the x and the x I can multiply together.
So 3x squared.
Fantastic. Whoops. Squared. Squared. I can't erase.
Wait, why is it to the 3rd?
I messed up. 2. Can I simplify that at all?
Yeah.
Will the 3 get to come out?
No.
No, it's already prime. I won't get a pair. But I can take an x out because I have a pair of them. So here's what this will reduce to. 4x square root 3. Done. Try the other 2. Okay, letter C. If I multiply everything together, here's what happens. The 3 is still outside by itself. Okay, the 7 is still underneath by itself. But the 7 has 2 x's, so I'm going to put 7x squared. And there's 2 y's also. since I have a pair of both of my exponents, or excuse me, a pair of both of my variables, I get to take both of those variables out. So it's 3xy square root 7. Again, if 7 is something that can be broken down and taken out, do it. But 7's already prime, so 7's going to stay in there by itself. Jordan.
What about the x? If you multiply it, would it be x?
Okay, letter D. We can multiply things that are outside together also. So we have a 3 and a 4 both outside. We can multiply those and get 12. The 2, we can't multiply anything to it because there's no other number underneath. But there's a b to the first and a b to the third, which will give us what? B to the fourth underneath. But since I have two pairs, when I go to take them out, it's going to be 12b squared square root 2. Last one. We get 6 when we multiply our two outside numbers. How many m's do we have? 3. How many n's?
2.
How many m's do I get to take out?
2. 1.
Well, 2, but it makes 1. What about n's?
1.
Do I have anything left underneath?
Yes.
An m is left underneath because I had 3. About today is we will not have to rationalize our denominator because our denominator will already be a perfect square. If we look at all of these here, what we do is we take our first term, or we take our original term and we split it into two different terms. This is going to be the square root of 13 over the square root of 100. Now, can I break down the square root of 13? No, it's already a prime number. If it's something that's not prime, you better break it down. Okay? But 13 cannot be broken down. What's the square root of 100? 10. Here is the correct answer. Here is something that would be incorrect, so make sure that you don't write it like this.
I would probably write it.
The reason that's incorrect is because the square root symbol is still over the 10. We don't want to put it over the 10 anymore. We've already done that work to the bottom. Okay? Tomorrow, like I said, we will learn how to rationalize the denominator, but today we do not need to do that. If you notice, all of the bottom numbers on all of these are perfect squares. So go ahead and try to simplify the expression on the next 3. First step is we're going to split this into the numerator and the denominator. So square root 7 over square root x squared. 7 cannot be broken down, so we're going to leave it underneath the radical symbol. The square root of x squared is just x. Done. Okay. Letter C. If I can find it. Where'd you go, C? There it is. Okay, we split it. Square root, stop please. Square root of 1 over the square root of y squared. What's the square root of 1? 1. What's the square root of y squared? Y. Done.
Amazing.
Next one. Same thing. Break it down. Square root of 11 over the square root of d to the fourth. Square root of 11 is prime, so we leave it alone. Square root of d to the fourth would be d to the what power? 2. That's it. Today's lesson is easy.